Welcome back on Southeast Texas Weekly. Joining us, two of the most rough and tumble partisan politicians you'll ever see. Jeff Lewis on the Republican side and Godfrey Leggett, a Democratic activist. What do you think, guys, about this matter of the historic nature? As Ron Paul put it, the former presidential candidate and congressman, said if the U.S. House turns away the president on the use of military force, it will be historic. Your view?
Well, I agree in that it will be historic because, that doesn't happen very often.
We support
in fact,
our presidents, generally.
We typically will support the president as a legislature. We'll actually go behind the president with fairly solid support. What is different on this case is that never before had the American people not been behind the president on the matters. Bush had 73% favor in favor of going to Iraq War.
That was after an attack on the United States.
Yeah, that's fine.
That's altogether different.
Well, that's fine, but in every case, it's always been the opinion polls are at least 60-70% in favor of action.
In this case, Obama campaigned on this, that it was right for the president to go to Congress before committing troops unless it was an absolute urgent situation. And so to that extent, he's keeping a campaign promise,
Yeah, which he broke when he went into Libya.
Well, but he considered that to be a exigent situation, something that required immediate response.
We're past Libya now. Now it's to the question of is he doing the right thing by asking Congress on Syria? Yes. And I believe the Congress owes us a vote on that.
Will the House approve it?
No, there's no way in heck. I mean, there's.
You got Ron Paul or Rand Paul over here on the negative side, and you got John McCain over here on the positive side, and everybody else is in between. But the clump of them is going towards the. I'm talking about the House. The clump is going towards the negative side. I'm just talking about politics.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, getting back to the House, the Senate's probably going to approve it. Okay, yeah. The House is not going to approve it, and it's going to not approve it by a good 300 member majority. There's about 40-something Democrats already said they're not going to vote for it.
We've discussed this matter of the approval of the American people on this question. Will the president's speech, presumably on Tuesday, to the American people from the Oval Office is it the proper thing to do for the president, and will it in fact sway the American people?
He ought to do it. It's a good thing to do. Whether it's going to change the people's minds, I doubt it. We're so war weary of the Iraq and Afghanistan and Pakistan business. It's been a bad 10 years, all right?
So then the president goes forward to do the attack, even though the U.S. House...
I wouldn't. If I couldn't get enough support, I wouldn't go by myself and do that. Why? No. Why do it?
That's right. And here's one thing that's going to happen. If Boehner has said he's not going to take it to a vote if he's not sure of passage, okay, I think that's a mistake doing that, but here's why he's going to do that. He's trying to give the president an out. Yeah, well, basically, yes, but he's trying to give the president an out.
What do you guys think? I understand your point. What do you think Southeast Texans think, having looked at politics in this area for a good long time? What do you think Southeast Texans think about the credibility of the United States, that this whole notion that the United States must now attack because we drew a red line? I don't see
where not doing anything really does that much to hurt our credibility. I mean, everybody knows we're the big guy on the block with all the cards.
So our buddies out in Orange County, or our buddies
our military can do whatever it wants to do. But the military should only be invoked if you have a clear objective. I've said this again and again. You got to have an objective that you want to take at all costs. And you tell the Marines, the Army, and the Navy, go get it, guys. Whatever it takes, go get it.
We have no clear objective, and we don't really know what the limitations of this are. We don't even, again, bring this up for a couple weeks ago. We don't know for sure whether or not it was the rebels or the administration that actually gassed them. I mean, that's up for debate.
We should probably wait for the UN report. It would give it a little more.
Yeah, I'm not saying that not necessarily, but again, I still ask the question: what motive did Assad have?
Since we've waited this long, why not wait for the UN report?
Correct. We need information badly before we commit American forces.
Very, very big issue that we've been talking about. This matter of an attack, plausibly on Syria, as a result of a chemical weapons attack on the Syrian rebels some time ago. The president has a big decision to make. Thank you, gentlemen, for weighing in on this. We appreciate it. And we'll see you back here next time on Southeast Texas Weekly. We'll get into a few more issues and argue about it. Take care.
Southeast Texas Weekly, brought to you by the Modern Vein Surgery Institute at Privity Clinic for Surgical Care.